What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here again. I'm going to do a super quick video on something that is interesting that I found out. Now I've logged into Ocado under a different account, so you can't see all my details. This is just like I had an old account that I've logged in to show you how it works. Yeah. So you might, obviously this tactic isn't going to work with every single retailer out there. But what I've managed to book in now, obviously we're going to have to see if it works. Yeah. So come Friday and next week, I'm going to have to see if this tactic works. It is able to get deals when the deal no longer exists. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean? Okay. So let's go on to, let's see if we can, here we go. So there is deals at the moment, yeah. We're going to just go on to here and we are going to basically see, you can see it says 3 for £11, yeah. If you click that, it says it is order by the 19th of the, whatever it is, second. And you can see here, it is the 19th, yeah. So I'm doing it on the last day. Now, the wording is order, which is really nice. So because so a good thing is that, I buy groceries and sell them. So I was like, okay, well, when does this deal end? Because I want to I either want to stock up beforehand if it's a good seller, or I want to be able to get one last batch just before it ticks over. Yeah, if you get what I'm trying to say. So because obviously, or do I just wait till the last day, order some, maybe have a little bit of a backlog, but I've got it at a discount. So I don't mind holding on to, if I've got the cash, I don't mind holding on to the extra stock, yeah? Because obviously a lot of people are going to sell out and I'll be able to double my money because this deal probably won't come back on for a while. So this is what I did. So I then went on and thought, okay, well, let's have a look. So let's just type in 3 for 11. Let's just go for 6. Now to actually show you the checkout, I've got to bump it up a bit. Yeah, so that is obviously going to fall into that deal, yeah? And it comes to £44, and just to double check, we are going to get the £44 divided by the 12, and you get £3.66. Yeah, so the 44 up here for 12 items. You can see it says saving. Let's go to checkout. Okay, so it says order by the 19th. Now that's where it got me playing with it. So it says here, I don't really care if you can see my address. Come say hi if you really want. You won't be able to find it. It's like a maze getting here. Okay, so tomorrow tomorrow's the 20th. This deal is only valid till today, but the word order gives you like the golden ticket to basically place as many orders as you want for that product. Now look how far you can go ahead. I'm not even lying to you. Look how far you can go ahead. So, and the great thing about ordering off the grocery sites is they won't charge you until that day. You don't have to pay anything until the day. So if you have a handful of items that are going to sell all all year round potentially, it could even be all year round. Let's just pretend, if you want this deal all year round, well, okay, awesome. Okay, we can't go ahead of, and then what slots available? The 12th. So you could, if you really wanted to, book every single. Well, you can't. Well, you can, yeah. Book every single day up to the 12th. That's how many days is that of the deal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21 days. So you could get that deal for 21 days after the deal no longer exists. I'm just baffled by this. Like I'm actually I found like this other thing that I'm going to start doing now, because if you don't get charged till that date, if you roughly know how often you replenish an item, for example, or if you can calculate roughly how many sales you're going to make in, say, 1 day or 3 days, you can do a rough calculation on how often you want to reorder this, or if you want to bulk up on it because it's on offer and you haven't seen it on offer forever. Like there's some items that I've never seen on offer, and it's the first time I've seen it in like 6 months. So I'm basically, the only problem is you can only go up to 20 products, I believe. Yeah, so you can only get 20. So obviously you can't just go 400. So what I'm doing is I'm on some items, I'm basically now just ordering 20, getting to the minimum order of £40 or whatever the website, if it's Sainsbury's, Tesco's or whatever, and then checking out. And yes, I'm going to have to add a little, if it's depending on the price, maybe I have to add some items depending on what it is. But if I split it correctly, then if I just do it on all the sale items anyway, that I know that I'll probably end up replenishing at some point, you're basically you're creating long-term profits on products that someone else cannot get. So I'm going to get a delivery next week of, say, this item. Okay, well, if you want this item, you're going to have to pay full price. So I'm actually getting deals that it doesn't even exist, deals that don't even exist on the market. And there are so many deals that I can, I'm aiming to get 15 to 20 grand in March sales just on grocery products. This is all, Ocado, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, what have I missed? Asda, yeah? And when I say grocery, I mean it can include Pampers, it can include whatever else they sell. Groceries just means from a grocery store, I guess, like one of the stores. So it could be any of these items, yeah? Oh, got a little offer on Britterfills. I need some of them. Personally, it's got one bar left in the old thing. So you can see here, obviously, all the deals they've got, and yeah, and obviously every website has different deals. So yeah, perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and book. I'm going to know the products that I like, that I want. Obviously, not every product that I'm going to be buying on sale all the time is going to be something I need to replenish, because it may do a couple of sales a week or a couple of sales a day. So you don't want to obviously stock up on 20 times. But if there's an item that it's selling a couple a day, let's say it's taking 5 a day, and you can get it at that deal, and yeah, you might not be able to sell it all in one go, but you can get them. You could schedule it for 2 weeks time, and then get delivery of, and then the money that would go out your account on that day as well. So you'd be paying the sale price in 2 weeks time, and literally what you're doing is you're piggybacking deals. So the new deals you can be buying at that time in 2 weeks or a week, however long it is, and you can also get delivery of the old deals. So you're piggybacking, basically getting 2 lots of deals at once, which for me is a great idea, because this is why you want to be able to, obviously, the more products you have visible on your buy box at one time. So I say that I have 100 different products, well, and they're all at the buy box. Well, I can only possibly have 100 possible buy boxes at one time, and that's if every buy box happens to fall on me as a seller. Obviously, it changes sellers. So, but if you can then go and get 500 products, obviously, the more visibility, the more chance you are to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grand a day, because you are exposed. But when you've got loads of stock and revert, so let's say, yeah, you get loads of deals, but you're having to buy loads of stock. You're on the buy boxes and you can make money on it, but it will take time for all those items to sell. If I had one item of 500 different SKUs that all had the buy box at the same time, by let's say by luck or by chance, and at that particular chance or moment, each of those one items got sold, I could sell 500 items in a day, for example, units. Yeah, so that's the sort of principle, and then that means tomorrow I can go and buy one of all 500 again, and hope you get what I'm trying to say. You don't really want to. Yeah, you can buy all these cool deals and that. It's just like the turnover that you want to be getting, because each month, is really building on the next month. So yeah, you can build up your stock as much as you want, but if you have 2 months of no sales because you've been building your stock, yeah, your third month would be great sales, but if you had just done okay in the other 2 months, then you wouldn't. It ends up being the same. So all that work goes to waste almost, because you build up all the stock thinking, yeah, in a couple of months I can do some great sales, but then you neglect the current month or the month after. So you really want to optimize both of those two aspects, so that you're not only building up your inventory, so that in the following months you can then increase your revenue or turnover, but you also want to be focusing on a minimum, or a sort of a rough average for the current month. So you need to be focusing on 2 areas, which is hard. So by piggybacking the old deals with the new deals, that is how you're going to expose yourself to the future buy boxes that other sellers won't be able to expose themselves to, because they can no longer get those deals anymore. Yeah, because obviously there's only a certain amount of deals out there at any one time, and you want, and you really want to be getting as many as you can do until you have no money in the bank. Imagine if you had an unlimited amount of deals, you would never have money, because you'd be buying all this stock. Yes, you'd be doing great. So you want to try, that's what you want to try to do, obviously. More deals. Yeah, you can buy another 10 units or something, but you still can't sell those extra 10 until someone buys it. But trying to spread yourself across, finding deals when they don't exist, for example, is going to be a great way. So for me now, I'm going to go ahead and buy. It's not loads of items. It's probably like a handful. It's probably like 3 or 4 items that I really like that I sell all the time, and I'll just, even if they sit there for a while, I'm getting them at half price, for example. Yeah, so I don't mind if I'm getting all the items at half price, them sitting there for a month, because I won't have to restock them. So yeah, I'm spending the money now, but I won't have to actually pay out in a couple of weeks, and I'm getting them at half price. And I'm sure, and I know with Argos and Tesco's and that, they don't charge you until the day. Now I don't know if their offers are the same. It's when you order, or if it's delivery, for example. So you have to have the item delivered by the date. So if we clicked here, it'd have to be by the date. So for example, this item expires today. You would have to have it delivered today to actually get that deal. I don't know if that is how that is for Tesco's and Asda and all that, but I noticed it on Ocado. I've booked a couple of deliveries. Obviously, I've got to see if that now happens, because tomorrow is the first day outside of the offer. So it may be, I'll check the receipt, for example, and I'll check what happens tomorrow. And then I can obviously, and then, when I've actually scheduled the other ones, and go from there. But currently, by the way that it's worded, meaning when you've ordered, and the way that it's letting me check out and book my slot and basically set up my payment method and all that sort of thing, I'm 99% sure it's going to let me buy it at that price for the next 21 days. Is that how many days I said? You want some, I love finding these extra things. I love just, everyone's just like, on an arbitrage, they just don't really seem to explore further potential, or they just can't. I don't know. It just seems that there's things that I'm even 2 or 3 years old, new things I'm finding all the time, and this is just another one. Just like with the the VAT stuff I talked about, or that principles I'm adopting, and just loads of stuff. And hopefully in the future I'll just build on more things, and that's ultimately what you got to do. If you think about it, any business has to grow and do what others aren't doing. If you're following the norm, you're probably going to be doing okay, but you're never going to do amazing or great, because by following the norm, everyone's going to be adopting the same principles, which means the competition is going to be like across the board at a certain standard, because you're all doing the same. And you really have to start pushing outside of that box to find ways to do stuff that others aren't doing. That's really what you've got to do long term. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and it's just giving you another little, there are things you can do to push on through the year. Yeah, any questions you got, anything I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, it was just really, really cool that I figured that out, and I thought I'd share it with you. So yeah, enjoy your evening, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.